Good evening, everyone. Cheers. Right, tonight we're going to be doing chicken curry with cauliflower rice, I hope. Who knows? Right, so I've done some prep before you got here. So basically I've got my cauliflower rice, and that literally is grated cauliflower. I've only got one of the little round things, one of these thingies, and it is a little messy. If you've got one of those sort of triangular things that you can rub up and down, it's probably not quite as messy, but it is literally just grated cauliflower, and then I've patted it with a kitchen roll to try and take some of the liquid out, because it is quite liquidy. I have also done some garlic. Have to have garlic, and instead of onions, I found this little old leek in my fridge, so I thought I'd use that up. So I've chopped and halved the leek. I've also, because I do like my veg, as you know, I have also chopped up the remains of a courgette in there. I found in the fridge, and again I found a courgette, and I've chopped up really, really small some little bits of mixed bell peppers, just to give it a bit of a crunch when I'm eating it. That's what I've got left of the leek. I'm hanging on to that because I'm thinking I might use it for garnish at the end. I might not. I haven't made my mind up on that yet. I also have chilli powder, curry powder, and ginger. I have a tin of chopped tomatoes. I have my chicken that I've diced. What else? Excuse me, I have a G&T on the go. I have to drink whilst I do this, keep my throat lubricated. I've bought myself some natural yoghurt. There's 200 grams in there and I need about 100. And I've already poured some water out. I've got about 250 grams, 250 mils in there. Right, so I'm going to start off by browning the leeks and the garlic. So we're going to bring that to heat, and I'm going to, I talked about this last time, I've got this little scrapey thing for garlic, absolutely brilliant. I don't know how I ever did garlic before. I used to end up with chunks. Not that that's a bad thing, I mean I quite like chunks of garlic, but it's so nice because it just mashes it down, and I actually find you need about half of what I used to. So I'm putting that in there, and I'm putting my leeks in there. And then that will come to heat in a minute. What's it they say about a watched pot? I should have done this. I should have heated this up whilst I was talking to you, shouldn't I? But there you go. So I also think I might get a little bit of parsley out to put over the top with the leeks, if I put that leek over the top. So that should be coming to heat any minute. Let's just mix it up and make sure I get the oil over everything, and I can separate all these leeks out. As you can see, I've cut them up quite finely. Could have used an onion, could have used spring onions. Just found this lonely little leek. Don't know what it was from. I'm trying to think what I've made recently. Obviously I do cook when I'm not filming. Although I do a lot of reheat, I must be honest. I also have on the back here another pan with a lid, and that is going to be for the rice. But when I come to the rice, I'm going to start that off with some oil as well. I do love virgin olive oil. And I think I remembered mentioning last time that don't ever buy it in plastic over here. Here we go, that's starting to sizzle. Don't ever buy your olive oil in plastic bottles. Oh God, that was gross. Always get it in a glass bottle. And you will not believe the number of choices you have for olive oil over here. It's amazing. You have to find the one you like, because sometimes you have one that you cook with, one that you put on your food. Oh, it's brilliant. Right, so that's now starting to sizzle. So I'm just going to keep mixing that around, just to take the crunchiness out of the leeks. I mean, I like raw food, to be honest. Not meat, But my veg, I do like raw veg. I can really turn people off with some of the stuff that I will eat raw. I particularly like raw courgettes, raw cauliflower. Don't think I've ever eaten raw leek. Might have to try that one. Raw pepper, oh everything. Onion, I'll even eat raw onion. I do like my veg raw as well as cooked. Right, so all I'm doing, apart from wibbling on about nothing to fill the time whilst I wait for this to cook, is I'm just cooking that round just for a couple of minutes. Just to soften those leeks down, because leeks can be a bit hard and a bit sharp, can't they? Right, now I'm going to throw in a little bit of curry powder. Now I don't like things too hot, so a little bit of ginger. So what I will do is put a little in and then put more in later. I've lost my cumin. Where's my cumin? Where's my curry powder? I've lost my curry powder. What did I do with it? I didn't put it back up, did I? I'm going mad now. 1, 2. I've lost my curry powder. Oh, well, I'll use the chilli. Thought I had curry. Oh, well, cumin, ginger. Oh, well. I'll put a bit of chilli in. Am I going mad? Did I have it? Am I imagining things? Right, I'm just going to mix that up into there. So it's all nicely mixed up. And then I'm going to add 2 tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Mix that all in. And then I'm going to bring that back to the boil. Did I get curry powder out? I said cumin, I said ginger, I said chilli. I could have sworn I had some curry. Well, it's definitely not here. I've definitely not put it. Oh well, you're all sitting there going, you never had any in the first place, you stupid girl. Who knows? I better have a gin just to make up for it. Right, so that's starting to bubble there. And that is on high at the moment. And I'm waiting for that to come to the boil. There it goes. And I'm going to throw in my chopped chicken. Now, I normally, with other recipes, fry my chicken off first. The recipe I looked up didn't say anything about that. So I am going to have to be very careful with my chicken to make sure it is cooked, which means I will probably overcook everything else, which is why I haven't put those other ingredients in yet. So I am now going to let that cook for probably about 5 minutes or so. Probably about 15 minutes or so, and then I'll come back to you, okay? Right, welcome back. I've done that now for 10 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. And I am now going to throw in my previous chopped bits and pieces. So that's my courgette and some mixed peppers. I've got a bit of green pepper in there, a bit of red pepper in there, and a bit of yellow pepper. I've checked my chicken and my chicken is looking cooked all the way through. So I'm now going to go on to the next bit. I am going to get a spoon and I'm just going to have a little taste here. And that is definitely going to need some more. So it's a bit more cumin's gone in. Not too much ginger, as I'm not a big fan of ginger, but you do need it to taste. And my curry's going to taste like chilli because I have no idea what I do with my chilli powder if I ever had any in the first place. could have sworn I bought some, but there you go. It'll give it heat. There we are. Right, so bring that back up. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water to that. There we go. Make that nice and sloppy and wet. And that's going to come back up to the boil for me. And then once it's at a boil, I'm just going to simmer it. There we go. So I'm just going to turn that down and let that simmer. Ooh! Yeah, that's coming on. That's got a nice little bit of a kick in there. Do like it. Don't like it too hot though. There we go. I'm going to leave that for probably another 5 minutes. As I say, I want to make sure that my chicken is cooked. So I'm going to leave that for 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to come back and we will do the rice. Right, so whilst you've been gone, I've swapped the pans over and I've brought this front pan to heat. And I'm throwing in my cauliflower rice. So remember there was some olive oil in there. I've brought it to heat and now I'm just mixing that all up. And I believe the expression is sautéing my cauliflower. Put a little bit more oil in there. My curry at the back is still bubbling along. That's been cooking for about 6 or 7 minutes whilst you've been gone. And I'm just sautéing this. And then I'm going to put the lid on. Keep an eye on it, and I'm going to let that steam, hopefully, there's enough liquid still left in there. I'm going to let that steam for about 8 minutes, possibly. We'll see. I'm still stirring my curry at the back here, and that's bubbling away quite nicely, and I know that chicken's going to be cooked. So I'll come back to you in about 8 minutes. Right, welcome back. Everything is now ready. My rice has been doing very nicely, steaming away in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some yogurt, and that's going to go into my chicken. Yes, you can see me. So I'm going to add that all in. Make sure I don't miss any. And that was 100 millilitres of natural yogurt, and I'm just mixing that in. And as soon as that comes back to the boil, so it's nice and warm, that's going to be ready to serve. I'm going to have one final little taste. Yeah, that's good. Right, so my rice has steamed here. So let's get my rice out. As you can see, it's nicely browned. There we go. I'll turn all my heat off. I'm going to get my nice reliable slotted spoon. And because I've obviously made enough to freeze, and I'm going to put my curry on there, and